Welcome to Tarot Talk Radio. I'm going to pull some cards for you now. I do use an app to pull these cards, and so sometimes some cards will be repeated throughout the reading, but we'll see what we get. And today we're starting with the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands reverse, and the Six of Pentacles reverse. So, Ace of Pentacles is talking about some type of, you know, material or physical blessing, opportunity, resource, means coming in for whomever this message is for. And with the Eight of Wands reversed, Eight of Wands reverse often gives me this interesting message of something coming from a so-called different direction, meaning this Ace of Pentacles seems to be coming from a source that you're not expecting it to. In this moment, especially with the Six of Pentacles reverse, I somehow feel like the source of this, well, ultimately, the true source of this blessing is God, right? But in the material, the specific sort of material source that it's coming from, for some of you, it may be connected to something or someone from your past that you're not currently thinking much about, okay? It's like you've kind of forgotten about that circumstance or this person. They're not really relevant to your current life. And that's kind of being echoed to me with the Six of Pentacles reverse. Because again, what I'm seeing with the Six of Pentacles reverse, this whoever in the material or whatever in the material is the source of this Ace of Pentacles, this is something or someone who you previously gave to. Okay. Six of Pentacles can kind of bring in that charitable energy, and it also with the scales here, it's almost talking to me about this being essentially a karmic reward. The scales, your karmic scales, being balanced here through this Ace of Pentacles. But yeah, I feel like, and for some of you, when we talk about energies coming from the past, something coming from a so-called different direction, could this be coming from a past life? That's certainly possible. Okay. And that would certainly highlight this whole feeling I have that it's like wherever this is coming from, it's a bit of, a surprise. It's like you're not really expecting it to come from this direction or it's sort of, Eight of Wands, even when it's upright, is like something happening quickly and out of the blue. Again, it can be this energy of surprise. So I really feel like for whoever this is for, you're definitely, even if you're expecting the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you're definitely not going to have predicted, where this Ace of Pentacles is actually going to be coming from, or whom is going to be coming from. Let's get some more cards out here. We have Seven of Wands reverse, Two of Pentacles reverse, and there's that Ace of Pentacles showing up again. I mentioned some cards can repeat because with each pull I do with this app, all the cards get recycled back into the deck. So Ace of Pentacles coming out twice. Um, Twice is nice, right? And so what's interesting with this Two of Pentacles reverse, Two of Pentacles can be, the two pentacles that are kind of held within this infinity symbol that is then being held by the juggler on the card. One of the meanings that this card revealed to me some time ago was that these two pentacles can be like two soulmates who have been sort of woven together throughout infinity. And so, again, we're kind of bringing in this past life possibility. Even with the Six of Pentacles from the previous pull, we see the two beggars on the card, or we see, well, there's three people ultimately. So there can be some type of soulmate combination that was also being spoken to on that card. And so, whoever may be part of delivering this Ace of Pentacles to you, I do feel like they have been a key soulmate, either in this lifetime or previous lifetimes, okay? The reversal of this Two of Pentacles is telling me again, like, I feel like you and this person are currently not active in each other's lives. There's this energy here of separation. Like, yes, you two are sort of energetically woven together in some ways, but in the physical sense, again, I do not feel like this person is really active in your life. Again, some of you may have, again, this may be like sort of a distant memory, of your relationship with this person. And Seven of Wands reverse, sometimes when this card goes reverse, it gives me this message of having no defenses, meaning you cannot defend yourself against what's coming in. And just like with the Eight of Wands, this figure is sort of being accosted in this case by six wands. He's holding the seventh wand, but those six wands coming at this person on the card, that's a lot of energy, just like the Eight of Wands can be a whole lot of energy coming in. So what's coming in, it's almost like, this whole no defenses thing. It's like, well, it's coming in. Okay. There's nothing you can do about it. And it's gonna be coming in with a lot of energy. Okay. So let me see where we're at time wise, and gonna pull some more cards. We have next Justice reverse, the Fool, and the Nine of Wands reverse. Yeah. So Justice reverse again with the scales. And the connotation also with justice of the spiritual courts of law, soul contracts, and etc. This is somehow connected to a soul contract that did not get fulfilled either in this lifetime or a previous lifetime. So again, it's almost like whatever you were meant to get from a certain soul contract, you never received it. But seemingly, for whomever this message is for, you're going to receive that bounty or that payoff or that reward in the imminent future here. The Fool reverse is, or not, it's not reverse, rather, it's upright. The Fool, I mean, yes, the Fool can be a new cycle, a new season, and even with the Nine of Wands reverse, for me, that can be like a gate opening. So, this Ace of Pentacles is going to facilitate a new season and a new cycle into your life, is going to allow you to move forward when I feel previously this Nine of Wands was upright and there was sort of this barrier to you moving forward. This could simply be talking about, okay, now you're going to have the money to move forward in your life in some way, or the resources, or the stability to move forward. I'm also getting, though, with the Fool, this very light energy, meaning I feel like this Ace of Pentacles is also going to be lifting some type of burden out of your life, is going to, this next season is going to feel much lighter. It's going to feel fresh. And I am getting this message that part of that lightness and freshness is because it's almost like receiving this payout of that unresolved soul contract is somehow connected. How do I explain this? To it's resolving a karmic cycle for you. Okay. Soul contracts can be rather complicated. I did post a video recently that talked about divine timing and failed soul contracts, so some of you may want to check that out. Um, I've been observing this stuff for about 15 years now, and I always encourage people to use their own discernment. All I can share with you is my experience and my wisdom and, what I've learned and observed over the years. But yeah, soul contracts can be quite complicated. And when they go unfulfilled, especially if that's due to the free will of the other person or persons who were involved in those contracts, yeah, it can get quite convoluted, especially, when we're talking about whatever the individuals were meant to gain from those contracts. So there's a feeling here I can't, it's not easy to depict verbally, but this Fool energy, this new cycle, this new season is not just like a typical new cycle or season. This is the resolution of a major cycle, again, that may have gone back through multiple past lives of like unresolved karma, but this is like positive karma, or some people would call it dharma. This is karmic reward that I feel like you have, it's been a long time coming, is I think the best way to say this. And for whatever reason, it's almost like there was some new major cycle that you were not allowed to enter until this old karmic cycle was resolved, even though I feel like it wasn't really your fault that it had gone unresolved, if that makes sense. That's why I say things can get rather complicated. Um, Let us carry on. We have Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, and Death showing up. So, Five of Cups, loss, sorrow, disappointment, regret. I feel like this is speaking to the what has happened as a result of, in some cases, for some of us, there's been many soul contracts that we've been part of that have gone unfulfilled. That can create this sense of loss, disappointment, and sorrow. Okay. And even with the Seven of Cups, what I'm getting, Seven of Cups can be sort of illusion, confusion, this murky energy, this fantasy energy. What I'm really getting here is disillusionment. Um, Again, feeling rather, um, frustrated and maybe not knowing quite how to feel about your spiritual path. And again, there's more. I've gone into again a little bit of this in that video I mentioned about fail sold contracts, but and there's more I could say, but it's like, I'm trying to sort of edit myself so I don't go on a lengthy tangent. But I'll just suffice to say this: when you understand how complicated these soul contracts can get and how the impact of what happens when people do not deliver on their end. It can be, I'll just use myself as an example. I have asked God to release me from any contracts that require the cooperation of other people because again, in the past 15 years, in my own life, I've seen many failed soul contracts. Now, I did not fail to deliver what I was called to deliver in those contracts. And accordingly, some of what was asked of me was quite expensive, so to speak. It was quite a lot that was asked of me in me doing my part of these contracts. And yet, because the other people involved, through their free will, chose to not deliver, I did not get the reward I was meant to get through those contracts. What happened was I would get recycled into a new contract. And what I've experienced over and over again is with almost all the contracts I've been involved in that require the cooperation of other people, those have failed. And so that is why now it's like I am asking God, like, look, please don't continue to require me to have to cooperate with other people in any contracts. And something I was reminded of a couple of weeks ago is actually a message I delivered in 2022 when I had a different channel that was saying, because, some of us, we're sort of the leaders to a certain degree in these contracts. Even if we're there to support and guide other people, that can still be essentially a leadership role. Okay. And what I'm trying to say for some of us is like these, in these contracts, these other people sort of need us more than we need them. And yeah, one of the messages I received in 2022 that I was reminded of a few weeks ago is that, yeah, some people are going to be released. Some leaders are going to be released from some contracts and be allowed to go into a mission that's really only requiring themselves because of how delayed some other people have been in their evolution and not being fit to actually go into their missions in conjunction with these leaders. Okay. So there's that. And then also this death card, what I'm getting is there is an end to this Five of Cups, Seven of Cups energy. There's, again, we're talking about the Fool going into a new experience. And this whole, this sense of investing in a contract and not benefiting from it, the sense of disillusionment, and again, maybe even about your spiritual role that you're here to play. That I see with the death card is coming to an end. This reading is also coming to an end. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back soon.